Hi, Star Wars Wikiyas. I'm Tiya Sircar, and I play Sabine Wren.
Tia, we've got some good questions here from all of our Star Wars super fans on Wikia. Let's see. The first one here is from Johnny Saurus Rex. He wants to know Sabine is obviously part of a group who've been pretty instrumental to the Star Wars universe for a long time, the Mandalorians. What does being a Mandalorian mean to Sabine?
Well, I think that, being a Mandalorian, I think there's automatically a really awesome element to her. She's a kick butt character automatically. I think Sabine is sort of a special character because don't let the decoration on on the armor fool you. She's a Mandalorian. She's a warrior at her core. I mean, she was trained in the ways of Mandalorians, and she's a munitions expert. She's a weapons expert. She blows things up. She's really good at it. She's extremely smart. She's no nonsense. I love that she's a teenager that is not at all worried about the superficial. She's a badass. I don't know if I can say that, but I just did. But I think what makes her even more special is that she's an artist. She's blowing things up. She's getting the job done, but she's doing it with flair and panache, and she's making these explosions, but she's making them look beautiful. And so I think that's a lovely dichotomy. And she's a graffiti artist, and I think that's so fitting because hello, we're rebels. We're anti-establishment. What's more anti-establishment than tagging things like graffiti art? So I think that's lovely. It's a lovely touch. And I think it's cool. Like whenever the Ghost crew attack the Empire, Sabine likes to leave a little graffiti signature, letting the Empire know just who's attacked them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, how about for you personally? I know a lot of young girls are already really responding to this character. I have two young daughters who are crazy about Sabine already.
That's
What
great.
would you say to those young female fans?
Oh, well, I really appreciate it. I mean, I am so pleased that and touched that the show hasn't even come out yet, and we got to go to Star Wars weekends, and I got to interact with these Star Wars fans who have been so overwhelmingly supportive and encouraging and excited about the show and excited about these new characters. And you know uh, I've had little girls come up and say they're gonna be Sabine for Halloween, and it's just really a wonderful feeling. And I think she's an inspiration, and I hope that others feel that way too. Like I said, she's this young woman who's kind of finding her way, but she's so intelligent and so strong-willed and not worried about sort of the flip and the silly stuff. And so I think there should be more female characters like that. I think it's really fun to portray her.
Nice, thanks. So I have one more question here from Rancor88.
Okay.
He says, how would you describe your character's feelings toward Ezra?
Haha. Good question.
Complex question.
Um, so Ezra and Sabine are obviously the two youngest on the crew. I think Ezra thinks he's gonna have a lot of luck with Sabine because he's got a lot of confidence. He's very cocky. He's been on his own for a long time, so he thinks he's got it all figured out. Sabine, I would say, is the least readily accepting of him joining our crew. I think Hera and Kanan have these special relationships with Ezra. Sabine's going to be a lot harder to win over, so it's fun to watch that play out. Ezra's always trying, and Sabine's like, listen. You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that. Also, there's a 2-year age difference between their characters. Sabine is much older.
She's 16
She's 16, Ezra's 14, and Sabine is very mature, so she feels like she really doesn't have time for this kid. Yeah.
Nice, nice, thanks. So, what's the funniest experience you guys have had making the show so far?
I mean, everyone is hilarious. Steve, who plays Zeb, is nonstop laugh a minute, makes the funniest noises and voices and the weirdest sounds come out of that man's mouth. I mean, it's incredible. So he's always keeping us laughing. Freddie, Vanessa, Taylor, we all like to give Taylor a really hard time. He's the youngest. We pretty much treat him like Ezra. So he's right behind me and he's listening to me. We sort of give him a hard time, and it's just fun. It's like it's amazing. It's kind of like our relationships with each other mimic our characters' relationships with each other, which is fun to sort of see that play out.
All right, what's the one word? This question here is from Bright Star Song. What's the one word that describes your character's motivation for being a rebel?
Man, you're asking the tough questions. Hold on, let me. Oh. Hold on. I want to make this go. Well, see, here's the thing. There's a very specific reason Sabine has joined the rebellion, and
We can't say that.
we absolutely cannot say what it is, but it is so good. It's like very heavy stuff, but you're gonna get to see that sort of get fleshed out as the show goes on.
Secrets.
I'm gonna say secrets. Because
I like that.
because I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I don't even know if the people on the crew really know what Sabine's experienced. I don't know how much I can say.
That's all right.
What all she's experienced, and so even the crew might actually learn these things as the show goes on. So I'm gonna say secrets.
Nice. I like it. Thanks. We can't wait to see the show.
Thank you. I can't wait for everyone to get to see it.
Thanks to you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.